Hey, it's Elliott here. Today we're taking a look at technical analysis for USOIL. I'll cover wave analysis with Elliott theory and provide multiple scenarios the price may take and explain why I prefer one count over another. Let's take a look at the different possibilities. Starting here on 4-hour time frame and checking out the structures again from these highs that we had from around the 4th of March 2022. Since then, the idea has been that we have been creating this as a three-way structure coming down, and now it is still possible that we are creating some kind of correction here that is going to be linking this current structure, if it is actually finished at this current lows that we had around $76 around that end of September, with another three-way structure coming down. Of course, this could be coming up higher, and at that point we could be calling this whole structure as an ABC, but we'll see about that higher time frame later on. What today is the focus on is this structure over here, so let's zoom in. So here again was the September 26th or 27th lows, and in this one we had the idea of having this as an impulse coming up. Now this was pretty much the where we were looking for at this count last time, and had this as the potential 1, 2, 3, 4, and then was possibly looking for that last fifth. That never happened, and at this point again we had our doubts. If this comes anywhere lower than this wick here, then this is definitely something else than a 1, 2, 3. Again, why we were thinking about that is just because the extension reached the 1.618 extension, but that seems to be faking us quite a bit here on oil especially. So even though that is definitely the semi guideline on how to recognize a wave 3 compared to wave A, that is still faking us out here quite a bit. So how do we fix this? Again, as we did come back to the wave 1 territory, we have invalidated this idea completely, so we didn't need to be tracking that anymore. So instead, what we had there was an ABC, a very extended one. Again, I do allow these to go all the way to the 2.618, at which again they are going to be looking very, very extended. But we'll see if that is some scenario that is going to come up at some point, and we'll discuss that a bit later. But in any case, again, this would be a three-way structure. Now the overall trend here is downwards, and this has not been too much of a larger correction than the previous ones. However, it was a bit larger, so it is possible that again the count that we had ended at these lows is looking for some kind of a correction upwards. So at this point again, the idea is that we would be having a three-way structure downwards, three ways up, and creating a bit larger structure in here for that potential B wave. At the moment, again, I've labeled this as an A wave just because B wave has already retraced around 90%, which we see here. So that qualifies this whole structure as being a flat structure. So on overall, the idea is that we are creating this as an A, B, and then looking for C wave coming down. At the moment, we have of that B, we have created this as an ABC into W, WXY into X. YX is just because again the retracement is not enough for a flat. Again, this is a three-way structure starting, so we can't really have anything else but a WX. Okay, and then again 5 ways into A, 5 ways into 3 ways into B, and then 1, 2. This is possibly a third wave we are right now at. Again, I don't really want to go lower than 1 hour time frame on USOIL as it is so volatile and not really pretty here on smaller time frames. But if we are looking at, for example, the 15-minute, we can see that we had the highest RSI here. This is generally the area where we have the third of third happening. So is it possible that this is the third of third? I'm not quite sure. This is definitely a first though here. So it is possible that we had a smaller 1, 2 here, 3, 4, and 5. Is that possible? Yeah, it is. So what are we actually looking at here is, let me see, let's actually put that to wave 3, a extension here on a wave 3. So we don't need to be looking for an extension on 5. Again, if we are thinking that this was the third, at that point again, we don't have an extension here on third. So we could be looking for an extension here on that last leg. So that is how I would be looking at this. Now, if we are zooming out a bit, looking at these extension targets that we have and seeing if there is an area where we would be interested in, is again, if we are looking at, let's check out the submicro, which is this WXY in purple. So in WX and then looking for Y, 1-to-1 again, main target would be around 93.35. What else do we have there? 1.236 extension of this lower time frame structure here, right on that. So they are both lining up very well there. So again, this area, anywhere from 1-to-1 to 1.618 is the area I want to be looking at as a short possibility, because again, we are looking at this as the B wave, and the next part or next section would be this, and this would be where I would be, well, depends on your views and your risk management. You might want to be putting your stop beyond the 1.618 of this one, or all the way up here beyond the 1.618 of the submicro, or when this whole A, B, C structure gets invalidated all the way up top here. But again, at that point, you don't have really that good risk to reward anymore. You're just comparing this size to the structure below it. Of course, it is way more than 1-to-1 still, with the expectation to 1-to-1 extension here for this ABC, but I still rather have it here, get stopped out, and then take a look again what has happened, and then re-enter later on if this is going to be turning out into something else. I don't really see us doing something like this here at the moment. For that, I would expect us to create either this WXY to the higher side, like so, through a pullback, and then another three-way structure upwards. And that would be the only way I see us getting to anywhere close to the 1.618. So at this moment, I'm not really too scared about this one. So I think I'm going to just play it somewhere around here, my stop loss on my entry, if I do plan to short it here. But yeah, that is the plan at the moment. Looking for a short. If you want to be having a bit more not so trying to catch a knife here scenario, you would be expecting five-way structure coming down first, and then you enter on the pullback against the highs that we have made. So that is one strategy as well. At the moment, I'm going to be entering my starter position here. Somewhere, I could even just do it now, because we are right at the 1-to-1 of this ABC move, and still have that pretty good risk to reward ratio here. Let's check that out at the moment. So that would be 3% down, and then 1-to-1 here. That would be 3-to-1 or 3.2 risk reward. So that is still really good. And then possibly adding once more on the pullback here, if that is happening. And this is still going to be playing out as we are expecting it to. But we'll see. Of course, that is just one idea among many. But I think that is pretty much the scenario I wanted to cover on USOIL, the trade that I'm probably just going in now, maybe. It looks pretty okay. Might need one more high here to get to this area 93 that we were looking at. But again, that is that. But if you enjoyed this, let me know on the comments and leave a like. Of course, that helps. And I also have a free Discord server if you want to be joining there and sharing your accounts with the rest of us. But I think that's it. Thanks for watching, and see you on the next one. Bye bye.